The Sudanese army and the paramilitary group called the Rapid Support Forces have announced commitments to a new 72-hour humanitarian truce effective from midnight Sunday. The army has expressed hope that the other party would abide by the truce, while the RSF says that it agreed to the truce extension to open humanitarian passages and facilitate the movement of the citizens and enable them to get their needs and reach safe areas. The deadly clashes in Sudan have so far claimed more than 500 lives and injured more than 4,000 people. Despite a series of ceasefires, intense fighting continues in Sudan, and tens of thousands of foreign nationals are struggling to leave the country, while powers have been evacuating people from Sudan in complex international operations, but many nationalities have struggled to find ways out of the fray, including some from war-torn Syria, Yemen, and other African countries. Meanwhile, more US and UK citizens were evacuated on Monday from Sudan. President Joe Biden is set to host his Philippines counterpart Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for White House talks later today. The Philippines president is in Washington, D.C. The Philippines this year agreed to give the U.S. access to 4 more bases on the island as the U.S. looks to deter China's increasingly aggressive actions toward Taiwan and in the disputed South China Sea. Dozens of domestic flights at the Manila International Airport Terminal 3 were cancelled on Labor Day long weekend following a power outage. At least 40 flights were cancelled as of Monday morning and more expected to be delayed. Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has commissioned the Department of Transportation to take the necessary steps to restore the power operations to normal. After a gunman killed 5 people in Cleveland, Texas, the search for the suspect has been intensified. Over 200 law enforcement officers in Texas searched on Sunday for Francisco Oropesa, the 38-year-old accused. FBI has said as of now they have 0 leads. Officials are reportedly going door to door to find the suspect and are also rewarding $80,000 to those who will provide any information. At least 18 people have been killed and 33 others injured after a bus fell off a cliff in western Mexico, according to the local authorities. Officials say that the vehicle fell some 15 meters down a ravine on Saturday night on a highway. Those killed include 11 women and 7 men, and at least 11 minors have been transferred to hospitals for medical attention. Paraguay is set to have a new president as it elects a candidate from the right-wing Colorado Party. Economist and former finance minister Santiago Peña has won the election with more than 42% of votes cast. The build-up to the election has been dominated by the economy, corruption allegations, and the candidate's views on Taiwan. Paraguay is one of only 13 nations to maintain formal diplomatic ties with the democratically governed island that China views as its territory. The opposing candidate has criticized those ties, but Peña has said that he will continue to maintain ties with Taiwan. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Sunday addressed a session of the Arab League during a visit to Cairo. He spoke about the Russian invasion of Ukraine and said the international order was being shaken from the ground up. Kishida also announced that a 3rd session of the Japan-Arab political dialogue will be held in September. The Japanese Prime Minister is on a visit to Africa, with Egypt the first stop on his tour, which is set to include trips to Ghana, Kenya and Mozambique. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said that Turkish intelligence forces have killed Islamic State leader Abu Hussein al-Qurayshi in Syria. Erdogan said the intelligence organization had pursued Qurayshi for a long time. Syrian local and security sources say the raid took place in the northern Syrian town of Jandaris. which is controlled by Turkey-backed rebel groups. Islamic State selected al-Qurayshi as its leader in November 2022 after the previous leader was killed in an operation in southern Syria. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, in a meeting with visiting Chinese envoy in Damascus, expressed appreciation for China's positive efforts in helping improve his country's relations with other Arab states. Assad said he highly appreciates China's firm support to Syria in safeguarding national independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity. He said China's successful mediation in restoring diplomatic relations between Saudi Arabia and Iran will have an important and positive influence on the international landscape and the regional situation. Pope Francis has left Budapest after completing his three-day visit. This was Pope's first trip since he was admitted to hospital for bronchitis in March. Tens of thousands thronged a central Budapest square on Sunday for the Pope's open-air mass on his third and final day. Before going back, he was greeted by Hungarian president, and he talked and shook hands with people that gathered to catch his one last glimpse. Pope Francis has said that the Vatican is involved in a peace mission to try to end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. He said that a mission is in cause now, but it is not yet public. The Pope added that he had spoken about the situation in Ukraine with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, as well as a representative of the Russian Orthodox Church in Budapest. He said everyone in the meeting was interested in the road to peace. Pope Francis had earlier said that he wants to visit Kiev and also Moscow on a peace mission. Sweden's largest military drills in 30 years, the Aurora 2023, were in full swing across large parts of the country amid the backdrop of its effort to join NATO. The exercise, showcasing the full range of Sweden's defense resources and capabilities to operate in joint missions with other NATO allies, hopes to illustrate a point the government has been making for months, that Sweden will bring security to NATO, not just be a beneficiary. Over the weekend, Swedish military displayed country's US-manufactured Patriot medium-range air defense systems. Voters across Uzbekistan cast ballots in a referendum on constitutional amendments on Sunday. Officials expect around 20 million ballots to be cast during the referendum. If majority votes in favor, more than 60% of the current constitution's content will be changed. Uzbek officials say the amendments will better protect the citizens and promote judicial fairness while extending the presidential term from 5 years to 7. More than 10,000 polling stations have been established throughout the country and worldwide for citizens living overseas. Italian farmers are preparing to protect their crops and trees with smart irrigation systems. Italy's largest river is at low water levels and is on the verge of drying up. Local and national authorities will soon be faced with making draconian decisions on possible water rationing and how to avoid water wars among various Italian regions if rain doesn't fall soon. But Italian farmers aren't waiting for an official response to the dry conditions. Many have started investing in precision irrigation to save water during the hottest months of the year. Lake Prespa in Macedonia is shrinking at an alarming rate under pressure from climate change, unchecked pumping and pollution. Straddling the borders of Albania, Greece and North Macedonia, Lake Prispa is believed to be home to thousands of species that rely on the water and its surrounding habitat. Warming temperatures have wreaked havoc on the annual snowfall in the area, drying up vital streams that feed into the river. This has put the species that depend on the lake and another nearby body of water at risk. During China's 5-day Labor Day holiday, several are flocking to the tourist sites in the country. More than 14,000 people visited China's Great Wall on Sunday, the second day of the holiday, and that's according to local media. Visitors crowded together to snap photographs and enjoy the view. The state media has reported that passenger travel on the first day of China's Labor Day holiday surged 151.8% from the same day last year, while the number of air, road, waterway and railway trips rose to around 57 million on the first day of the holiday that runs through Wednesday. Tens of thousands of devotees gathered in India's southern city on Sunday to watch elephants and priests take part in an annual Hindu festival popular for the Elephant Parade. Decorated elephants paraded at a temple as priests played musical instruments and devotees cheered as they witnessed the grand festival. An Egyptian arts group called Cinema Everywhere is dedicated to making cinema more accessible to those with a hearing impairment. They are doing this through screenings of films translated into sign language or the launch of a free video-on-demand platform. Hearing-impaired people are rediscovering cinema through the initiative, while the sign language interpreters are saying that they are now able to open up a new artistic and creative world for the hearing impaired. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.